Good morning, beautiful people. It's Noella Taylor with Transform Your Life, You Under Reconstruction. And today we are going to talk about the 4 ways that you can deal with negative people. So let's kind of just cover negative people. Everything is perception and how we perceive it. But there really is vibration to type of language that we use, an emotion that we're going to have, music that we listen to, and just how we live our life in general, what we're exposed to. Those vibrations actually what separate into negative vibrations, neutral vibrations, and then positive vibrations, where we all want to be. And if you are trying to improve yourself in any way, if you are trying to get healthier, if you are trying to start a new business, if you are trying to accomplish getting your degree, if you are trying to accomplish, inventing something new, whatever you're doing in your life to create something greater in your life, or to change the situation that you might be in right now, right? If you're taking these steps and you are in a place where this is just a function that you want to do now because you're choosing that, you know that you can be a better version of yourself, then absolutely you are going to run into negative people. And the sad thing is, the people who will give us a lot of negativity, a lot of flack, and not very much support are the people who you think are supposed to give you support. So people who are really close to us or family members, those are that's the number one place that you're going to get a lot of negativity from. And the very first thing that you should do if you're dealing with any kind of negativity, and write this down. So if you are dealing with any negativity, the first thing to remember is that they are that way probably not because of a life experience, but because of the fact that someone gave them that idea, right? It was programmed into them to have those negative thoughts. It was programmed into them to have specific fears. It was programmed into them to respond in a specific way. So remember and just have a level of awareness that whoever is being negative to you, they just don't know. They don't know and they don't understand, and they're not in a place where you're at right now. So you're going to get some negativity. And if you just know that because they haven't gone through the same journey as you, because they haven't made the decision to change in the way that you have, because they haven't been exposed to some knowledge that you might have, or even because of a personality they might have to where they really don't want anything different for their life, then that's them and you're you. Right? Don't allow them to place their beliefs and their fears onto you. While you're in this journey of creating a better version for yourself, no matter what that is, right? While you're undergoing this transformation, it's really, really important that you start to reprogram your brain. So, personal development, like with Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, Dee Vanderchuk, all these people who talk about personal development and a positive mindset, and even Nietzsche in Buddhism with the SGI USA, who is really into diving deep into your human revolution to better yourself, right? So these are people that help to develop a better mindset and help to reprogram you so that you no longer hold on to the fears and negative beliefs that other people have kind of pushed onto you since you were born. The second thing you want to do when you're dealing with any kind of negative person is don't make eye contact. And the reason why I say this is because we are creatures, right? Remember, we are divine beings of energy and light, living a temporary existence here on this planet within these vessels, right? These animal vessels. And because we are energy, our energy affects other people, right? And our energy is fueled by our emotions. And energy transfer is possible through the eyes. So if you've ever kind of, like, really think about it. When you were arguing with someone, or when you were, like, getting a scolding from your parents, or when you were about to get into a fight, right? And or even when you weren't, and somebody was being negative, once you made eye contact, right? Once you looked in their face and like literally looked at their eyes, did you not also start getting angry? Did you not also start getting irritated? If somebody was trying to share a tweet or a post that irritated them, or they're posting on nextdoor.com and, oh, look at what this person said, and they're trying to share the negative with you, right? First of all, tell them no thank you. But if they're trying to share the negative with you, or they're trying to argue with you, or they're being negative, if they're about to get violent, they will always try to make eye contact. And if you do, they're transferring their feelings, their emotions, their negative emotions to you, and you are acquiring it, right? It's called an energy transfer. So I don't care where you look. Look at their nose, look at their top of their head, right? Look at their mouth, but don't look directly in their eyes, right? You do not want to take anybody else's negative emotions or their baggage, because, I mean, of course you can get rid of it, but that's going to take you some time to get rid of it. Why even go there in the first place? So don't make eye contact. The third thing is do not engage. So negative people love pulling you down to their level. They don't feel like it makes them uncomfortable to know that you are resonating at a different frequency that they are, right? People who are around other people who don't match their frequency, they get very uncomfortable. And instead of raising themselves up to where you are, they want you to come down to their level. You know the saying that misery loves company, right? It's true. It is so true that they would like you to be miserable too. They would like you to be irritated too. They want to share their negativity with you. That's why I don't watch the news. I don't want them giving me false information, or giving me any kind of fears, right? I don't want them pushing on to me any of their propaganda. Everything that I do is my choice, and I make decisions based on my experiences on individuals, not as a whole. And I don't allow people to put fears upon me that really don't exist in my world unless I allow them to. So when people are going to start arguing with you, or when they try to force feed you something, just don't engage. If you have to walk away, do it. If you have to just shut your mouth and give them the silent treatment, do it. Whatever it is, do not engage. There is no more communication or dialogue going on. Once somebody is trying to throw ideas at you, they're no longer in receive mode. And if you try to throw ideas back at them, none of it's going to stick. So you're both just going to be throwing balls at the wall, which are going to bounce right back at you, and you're actually fueling that negativity. You're putting fuel on the fire that already exists. Just don't engage, because it will dissipate, right? Fire without oxygen or fuel, right? Nothing to eat, it will dissipate. It will go away. It won't be there anymore, right? It will burn out. So go ahead and don't engage, right? You cannot have open dialogue with people if you're in fight mode. So just don't do it. I know some people think that using the silent treatment is not fair, but you know what? You got to do what you got to do. Stay in your positive, stay in your vibration, because even when someone's upset and the upset is at you, you're going to have to spend some time just to kind of bring yourself down to your baseline and think about it logically, right? The very fourth thing you should do is give yourself time to respond. Animals react, right? There are some plants that react to environmental stimulus, right? So, but we're higher level thinking creatures. We can connect to higher consciousness. We have a brain. We have self-awareness, right? Which means we have control of what we do, what we think, and what we say. And that means you get to choose how you want to respond. And that's what we really want to do. We want to get out of react mode, and we want to give ourselves that time and space to respond. So to do that, breathing. Breathing is key, people. This is number 4. Breathing is key, right? Even if it's just one deep breath before you respond to someone, You're starting to get irritated, starting to get angry, maybe losing your patience, maybe losing your focus, not sure what you're about to do or say, take a nice deep breath. And you can do it with me right now because this is a lot of information I'm giving you. So deep breath in and out slowly. That is enough time to give your brain time to process on how you choose to respond, right? We're not animals on the lower level that are not aware of ourselves. We are absolutely aware of ourselves, so we can choose. And as being a productive part of the human race, it's your responsibility to develop the discipline to choose how you're going to do things. There is no such thing as I have no control of myself. I have no control of what I say or what I do. Bullshit. I'm going to just say that's bullshit. Yes, you do. Right? You just don't want to take responsibility for it. But regardless of you wanting to take responsibility for it, everything that you say and do, or things that you choose not to engage in and say or do, they all come with consequences. Right? Buddhists would call this karma. And it does follow you. You do have consequences. You do have ripples. So if you take just less than a second, breathe for a second, breathe for a couple seconds. Give yourself that time to figure out how you're going to choose to respond, and then do it that way, right? It's really going to change the way you do anything. So if you are consistently dealing with negativity, if you're trying really hard to develop yourself or develop something right now, go ahead and do those 4 steps. Do it on the daily. Practice all the time. Leave a comment down below, especially if you're dealing with not having the support of your family, your loved ones, your friends, people who you think that you can count on, right? It's kind of human nature for them to be the hardest ones to break into and the biggest obstacles to you in creating something better for you. So if you are going through that, go ahead and download. When you take these 4 steps and do it on the daily, share with us how this is working for you. Right? Go ahead and share this with someone else who is also dealing with negative people in the workplace, negative people at church, negative people in school. Share this with them and then encourage them to put those 4 steps into practice, right? You need practice to get good at it. And after you do this for a while, it's just going to be effortless for you. You won't even have to think about it. You'll just do it. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate your time. And I am super excited to hear about how this works for you. If you like this, or if any of this resonated with you, rung a bell, gave you some aha moments, if you're really excited to put this into play, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there below and join me for daily videos on health and wellness and the law of attraction, how to attain absolute happiness in this lifetime. This is Transform Your Life. I'm Nuala Taylor. Namaste.